Hi everyone, and welcome to the WTD podcast. My name is Kyia Mochitani, and I am your host for today's episode. Every episode, it'll be me right here. So for today's episode, we are talking all about what's the deal, and I have some major life updates to share with you. I guess one big major life update, and you could probably tell from the title of this episode, but yes, I dropped out of college. And I know you might be thinking, Kyia, what the heck is wrong with you? What are you doing? You told us that you're going to Saddleback Community College. What happened to that? Let me explain it all, and I will also explain the reasons why I dropped out of college and how the conversation with my parents went and all of that. So let's get right into it. I guess I'll just list the reasons first as to why I'm not going to college. Okay, so reason number one is just my heart wasn't in it. And everything that I want to do in life, I want my heart to be in it. I want to be set in it. I want to go all in, and I just couldn't do that with college. I just didn't feel like it was necessary for me, and just wasn't something that I felt personally that my heart was drawn to do. So reason number one, my heart wasn't in it. Number two, in the industry I'm aiming to be a part of already, I just did not need a degree. In fact, spending 3 more years getting a degree would only hurt me and set me back. The industry that I'm, a part of or aiming to be a part of is the self-education industry. And reality check, there is no degree called self-education degree. Bachelor's in self-education. There's no such thing. I guess the best degree that you can get for this industry is just to throw yourself into life and experience your life experiences and capitalize on all of them. So that's number two. Number three was I just wanted to save money. So, going to University of Mississippi my freshman year and being an out-of-state student with no academic scholarship or anything was really expensive, and it didn't make sense for me to go in debt with college, pay $60,000 a year, go in debt, and then hopefully get a job outside of college to pay myself out of debt. It just didn't make sense to me because I don't know, it just did not make sense to me. And then number 4 would be the college scene was not for me. And don't get me wrong, going to the bars, having fun with your friends, it's fun. And I did all that my freshman year. And then, I'd say towards, the beginning-ish, middle of freshman year, I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. I don't want this. I don't love it. I don't like feeling hungover, and I'm the one person who can control my dreams. I'm the one person who can take control of my life, and it just didn't make sense for me to self-sabotage that, because I would get really drunk all the time. I shouldn't say all the time, but I would get really drunk off of nothing, and then I would just get really hungover and lazy the next day. And I don't like feeling anxious, when I drink, the next morning after I drink, oh my God, what did I say? What did I do? It just wasn't for me. But going into school, that's what I thought I wanted. And I was like, I'm going to go to a big SEC school. I'm going to party. I'm going to join Greek life and get wasted. I'm going to do dumb stuff and just have so much fun. And then it just turned out not to be for me. And I don't judge. I just want to say, I don't judge anyone who does that or anyone who loves that. If that's for you, that's for you. It just wasn't for me. And I think we can all come to an agreement. There's no judgment on my part for the people who drink and smoke, whatever, vape, whatever. There's no judgment. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But for me, that's not what I want to do, and I hope there's no judgment on your end either. And then number 5 was there is just so much opportunity in the world. And I just saw that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to capitalize on all of that. There are awesome people in the world that I need to meet. There's conversations that I need to have, and lives to impact, and things to see and experience and do, and just, I guess going to college wasn't the opportunity I wanted to take. And don't get me wrong, it's an awesome opportunity if you feel like it's necessary for you. I'm not crapping on or shitting on college. I'm just saying, for me in my life, this is just why I dropped out. And then number 6 would be going back to school now is easier than ever. So If I feel like, you know, my life path, I want a college degree, then I can go back to college and get a degree at any given point. It's a lot easier now than it was years and years ago. So if I feel like it's necessary for my life, I can always go back. It's not a forever, like, done and done type of thing. But yes, I went to the University of Mississippi my freshman year, and then I transferred to Saddleback Community College, and I lasted a good 3 days. And that is because I sat at my desk just doing work for 6 hours. That literally just made me feel empty and sad and crummy, and I just feel like I have all this potential. What am I doing just sitting around doing something that I don't believe in? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the person to take control of my life. This life is for me, and I would be doing myself and other people such an injustice if I didn't do what I wanted to do, and if I didn't take control of that, if I just listened to my parents, and if I just said, you know what? Go to college. I'm going to go to college because my parents want me to go to college. And bless their heart, they truly want what's best for me, and they want me to be safe, but like, that's not what I wanted to do. So I just said, you know what, I'm throwing college out the window. I'm not doing it, and I'm taking control of my life, and I'll figure it out. I always have, and I always will. And I'm not giving up on my dreams, because my dreams are so loud and so big. And I know that with, you know, like, my passion and my love and like this determination I have in me, that I won't fail. I only fail when I quit. That's the only time I lose. But if I don't quit, then I'm always winning. That's the way I look at it. And I'm always going to be winning, because I'm never going to give up, and I'm never going to quit. Although days with this podcast get hard, and it's a little like difficult for me, but this is what I want to do, and I'm just going to keep pushing and keep staying consistent and not miss a day. So those are my reasons, and that is kind of like my thought process as to why I dropped out of college. And I guess I'll talk about like the conversation with my parents in case anyone wants to know, or anyone needs inspiration. If you're like, you know what, I really don't want to go to college, this isn't for me. It's not that I'm taking the easy way out, I just truly feel like it's not for me. Maybe I can give you some inspiration and some strength to step away from that. So I told my dad first before my mom, before I left for Boise. I recently just went to Boise, and I told him, I said, Dad, you know what, like, I can't do this. This isn't for me. I'm going to be having to be the one living this life. I just want you to believe in me. Just trust, knowing that like you raised me so well to this point to make my own decision, and just believe that I'll make it. And he's like, I believe in you, but you know, if you don't go to college, there's going to be a lot of consequences. And and I was like, okay, and I'll deal with all the consequences. Bring them on. Then I came home from Boise, and it was just eating me up, because, you know, not telling my mom made me feel really guilty. I was like, oh gosh, like I have to tell my mom. Like I was nervous on what she would say. My heart was pitter pattering. Kept telling Jake, because I visited Jake in Boise. I was like, I'm so nervous to talk to my mom. I don't know. I'm so nervous. Like, I don't want her to like, you know, like be so disappointed in me. I don't want her to like be mad at me. I don't know. Like I just want to do what I want to do, and I don't want to hurt anyone in that process. And so I sat my parents down, and I told my mom, I said, you know what, like I've just put a lot of thought into it, and I've just decided like I'm not going to go to college, and that this life is for me, and I'm going to be the one living it, and I'll deal with all the consequences at hand. And so that day was Thursday, the 1st and of September. And she originally said, well, phone bill, car insurance, car payment, health insurance, gas, gym membership, food, rent, you all have to pay for. And I was crying, you know, like it's just overwhelming, like really just taking away that safety net of college that I had. Now there is no safety net, so it just was overwhelming, like, okay, this is it, like I gotta go, I gotta hustle. And then they reconvened, and my parents talked again and said, you know what, we pay for your sister's phone bill and car payment, so if my dad's work doesn't cover my insurance, then I'll have to pay for my health insurance, rent, food, gas, gym membership. And I said, okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And she goes, just to let you know, we believe in you. We don't agree with what you're doing, but we believe in you. And I guess that was like the validation I needed from my parents, because it felt like they didn't believe in me. They didn't believe I would make it. And trust me, I got a lot of work to do, and I'm not giving up anytime soon. I'm never giving up, but this was just like a really big step in the right direction for me, because I'm finally at the point where, like, if I can step away from a university to then step away from, you know, any type of college is a big thing for me, especially because my sister was the only one who graduated college in my family, and college is just seen as such like a positive thing in my family. And I had to deal with a lot of, like, you know, a few of my friends saying, don't do that. What are you doing? Like, don't do that. Like, let your podcast take off first. Or my family saying, are you sure this is what you want to do? Like this is kind of my mom, and it really hurt me because my mom felt like me not going to college was a slap in the face to her, because she's, you know, giving me the opportunity to have all of this education, and she didn't have that opportunity. She didn't have that luxury. And so she was like, I wanted to provide my kids with this, and you're not even taking it, and you're just saying, you know, I don't want it, and kind of just like being ungrateful is how she felt. And I'm like, no, Mom, but like, I want to work so hard now so that I can help you in the future, so that I can pay off your mortgage, so I can buy you a house in the future. And like, oh, my dreams are so big, and like, they're so loud in my head that's like, oh, I'd be doing myself such an injustice if I don't listen to those dreams, if I don't go after it. And I guess if you're listening and you're like, I don't know if I can go after my dreams, or I don't know, I don't want to hurt my family's feelings, or I don't know if I have it in me, I just want to tell you, like, the biggest thing I've learned from dropping out of college so far is like, no, you're able to do what's best for you. You're able to go after what you want. And if your dreams and your purpose is so loud, you'll figure it out. You always have, and you always will. And so a crazy thing that happened to me was Thursday night. I was, you know, crying at home in my bed, and my parents were gone after I talked to them, and I got a text from my old boss saying, hey, we would love to have you back working with us, just checking in to see how you're doing. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no way, because I haven't talked to my old boss ever since I left, really. I mean, we check in here and there, but like, I was like, there's no way. Like, I mean, I believe in God. I was like, God, this is so awesome. This is amazing. But if you believe in the universe or whatever, like, that was the universe, that was God, that was whatever you believe in speaking right there, saying, Kyia, I got your back. We're good. You're going to figure it out. And so now I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm just diving in head first, meeting new people, talking and putting myself out there, and just sharing like real raw pieces of my heart, and being really vulnerable, and not afraid of, you know, the judgment or the negative things that life may throw at me, or that other people may think for me dropping out of college. Because I mean, it sounds bad when you put it, like, when I put it into words, I say, yeah, I'm a 19-year-old college dropout who's working 2 jobs to financially support herself. But I got big dreams, so there's a price to pay for it. But yeah, that is why I dropped out of college. That's how the conversation with my family went. And I hope this gives you some type of strength, or some type of knowing that, like, I got this in me. I can do it. I don't have to do what is expected of me if that's not what I want to do. So just know that if I can do it, you can do it too. And it's been hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It hasn't been easy, but nothing comes easy in life that greatness comes with, I guess. I don't know how to say that. I'll spend 10 hours just trying to put that into words really quick, but I don't want to do that. So I don't want to bore you guys. So you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I hope that you gained something from this, I guess, is all I want to say. And I'm only sharing not to have pity or attention or anything. I'm just sharing because it would be literally amazing if I can help one of you just feel that way too, or feel like a little stronger coming out of this episode. So I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys be doing 1,000,000 different things right now, but you're here, you listen, you watch, you support me, and for that I'm seriously forever grateful. It leaves me at a loss of words. It like makes me go, what the heck, people listen to me? It's a good feeling. So seriously, thank you guys so much, and thank you for believing in me, because I need that, and I appreciate that, and I see you and I hear you, and thank you for the love. So this podcast is for the dreamers, the doers, and the go-getters. I love you guys so much. It's literally indescribable. Have the best day ever. Mwah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Tune into the next episode. And while you're at it, leave a rating and review to boost the podcast algorithm to ensure that we grow organically. I love you guys so much. Have the best day ever.